Sonnen, and I'm the president of COMUNE. I started this industry when I was 19. It was way back in the 90s, late 80s, and the industry has changed tremendously because there's new manufacturing is coming into base, and a lot of international retailers coming into play. So the economy has changed tremendously since in the 90s to 2000. Basically, when I started, everything was hands-on. When we used to call ourselves manufacturers, we used to produce on our own, which means we used to cut the product, we used to sew it here domestically, we used to assemble everything here in the United States and sell it to local retailers. Now, it became more of a global manufacturing basis, which means we're sourcing a lot in many different parts of the world. There's a lot of imports going on, which means we design here locally in LA, and sometimes we have options to source through other manufacturers in different parts of the world and produce them and import it back to the United States and sell them. We do combinations where we also have manufacturing bases in Mexico, as well as overseas in China and Vietnam and Pakistan. So it became more of a global trade, which means a lot of retailers are not only local based, but there's a lot of retailers coming from overseas, such as you have Zara, Topshop, H&M. So you're starting to become more of a global presence here in the United States, as well as different parts of the world as well.
Hi, my name is Paul and I'm the VP of Logistics. I entered this business in 1992. I majorly do everything from the shipping to the customer service. I make sure all the shipment goes out in the vendor compliance, make sure everything is perfect when the customer receives the goods. Fashion has changed a lot. I started from the women's apparel to all the way to the men's apparels, seeing a lot of stores go in and out. So,
hi, I'm Eric Basanian. I am the marketing director and brand director for F4M Brands. I'm in charge of making sure that everything as far as branding, marketing, merchandising is in line for all the brands that we have. And I also am involved in the design and product development, making sure that all the timelines are met, that we are ready every time we go into market. I also work closely with sales and developing new business through private label. I also help with developing new business through SMU programs. SMU is special makeups, and I also manage the graphics department. I've been in the fashion industry since 1992, and there's a lot of technological advances that made things very different. There's also a lot of social and cultural things that affect fashion that's changed what we do and how we do it. And I mean, I guess from 1992, technology-wise, back then we didn't have email, we didn't have FedEx. Probably took like 3 weeks. Just the efficiency of manufacturing has dramatically changed. China was one of the biggest changes, when they opened up in the late 90s, and the accessibility to that supply chain was one of the biggest changes from when I started. And I said, like I said, technology-wise, you can get on the internet, you can FaceTime, you could, so even if you're manufacturing in the other end of the world, it's almost like you're manufacturing here in the States. So communication is one of the big changes. Technology is another big change. I remember computers back then. I mean, I didn't have as much, CAD, design systems as we do now. I mean, pretty much everything is done in the computer, aside from like some little things like pattern making and all that stuff is still done by hand. It's a very artisan craft, but in general, everything's done on the computer. The internet changed the way that retail works as well. Before, you only had like department stores and boutiques that was your outlet for retail, but now you have unlimited, potential to get your product in any reach of the world by having online presence. I think that's one of the biggest changes as well since I started.
My name is Brian Kim. I'm the creative director of COMUNE. Creative director, I oversee all the designers and development team to give them direction on each season. Fashion is really cyclical. It kind of does like a spiral, there's a lot of retro, so I think that will continue to happen. There'll be some like new fashion as well, but it just seems like people are more, I don't think it's going to be like a crazy futuristic like style so much as just maybe improvements on fabrics and softer fabrics, nicer fabrics, more tech fabrics. But I think people will always wear suits and jeans and tees and classic silhouettes and styles will always be around. So it seems like fashion changes quickly, but it really doesn't. It takes a good 100 years before there's a big shift in fashion.
So hi, I'm Timothy Shen, and I actually am a private label sales rep and pre-production manager. Oh yeah, and that's what I do. And I also just hang out and like walks on the beach and things like that. And I'm also a parent. That's what I do as well. So it all comes in together. It's like a vortex of things to do. I think where fashion is going is it keeps recycling itself, right? Like I bought this sweater in junior high and I wear it today and it's cool. I had this haircut for like the last 10 years and it wasn't cool 5 years ago, and all of a sudden it's cool again. These pants since 7th grade. Oh man. So I'm just saying it just keeps recycling itself. If you want to be hip and trend, just go online, look at the 70s, 80s, 90s. Look at the weirdest looking fashion out there, wear it the next day, it'll be cool again. I promise you this. Everyone will give you compliments and you'll be the most fastest person in the fashion world, but you'll be copying what happened before. So you're like time traveling, like Back to the Future, but you don't have a DeLorean. You're just time traveling in your mind. Oh, how about that one? It's like so deep, right? That's it for me. Alright, I'm out. I'm gonna go back to the future. Oh, how about that? Are you gonna go back to the future?
Hi, my name is Crystal. I'm the designer at Michelle by Commune, and I see fashion going towards like more technology, and I feel like fashion will be like our second skin. And I feel like since the technology is evolving so much, there's gonna be a lot of like different materials used in fashion and different like ideas of like construction wise, and it will be like more futuristic, and like the fabrication will be more like more what is it, more, I feel like, how do you say it, like, I forgot the word. Like more like, you see more technology in fabric, like more breathable fabric or more like cooler fabrications. I feel like it's gonna elevate to that type of level.
Hello, my name is Kimberly and I'm a design assistant at Michelle by Commune. I see fashion as something that's recreating itself. I see it as a time, like a timeline that recreates itself over and over. I think fashion is kind of something that is different from the rest because you never know what you're going to get with fashion.
in this business.